The four locks and the four keys are about having a more peaceful and graceful life, more peaceful relationships with other people, relationships to ourselves, and also a connection to spirit. The four locks are dukkha, sukha, punya, and apunya. So the way that this works is that these relate to types of people and how we're supposed to interact with them when we come across them. So the first is dukkha. Or actually, sukha. Sukha is the first. And sukha are the happy people. And the key to the lock of happy people is delight. Well, actually, it's happiness. So, what do you do when you see someone who smiles at you on the street and waves their hand? Well, you smile back. And you wave back. And it feels great. And what do you do with someone who's in dukkha? Now, dukkha means sadness or unhappiness. Well, what you do is you give them compassion. You see someone crying and just very upset. So what do? You give them some love and some respect. You hold some space for them. And you allow them to heal. The next one is punya. And punya has to do with, well, now what do you do when you see someone who is virtuous at something? And this could mean they're really good at something. They're just excellent. Do you feel jealous and want to spite them? Or do you feel really good and happy for their success? So I'll give you an example. Let's just say that you see someone walking down the street who has something that you want. For example, let's just say that they're dressed up really nice and you can tell that they obviously have a lot of money, and you think to yourself, F this person. They've got so much going on in their life that they don't deserve. Screw them. Right? Well, all of a sudden, you haven't taken delight in the virtuous. And you could say to yourself, oh, this person's not virtuous, he steals. But the issue is that by cultivating that sort of attitude, we end up removing ourselves from the possibility of attaining what they have, and moreover, dealing with our own shadows that are triggered by them. So if you're a violinist and you see another violinist who is an excellent violinist, your first instinct might be to react and say, screw you, I hate you, or to be afraid of them and run away. But you don't actually grow that way. Instead, what you could do is you could ask them, well, how'd you get so successful? Right, there's another thing here too, that if you want to learn about success in any of the fields that you're interested in, right, or how to get to the higher level, a higher level than you're at right now, well, what's the fastest way? To ask somebody else who's been there before you, to see who's already blazed that trail, and then just do what they did because it worked, right? So, for example, if you see someone who has a partner who you really respect, and that partner is the partner of your dreams, you want a partner just like them. Instead of getting jealous and going, I never get anything I want, and they get everything, and getting a negative about it, why don't you get positive about it? To go ask that person, well, look, what is it that helped you attract that person into your life? What did you do? And asking the other person, why are you so attracted to this person? And you might learn something. You might learn something for yourself to figure that out and bring it into your own life so you can have the same results. And that's easy. So the key to punya is delight. The key to punya is curiosity. Then we have the last lock. And the last lock is apunya. And apunya is wickedness. And the key to wickedness is disregard. Now that might sound kind of weird. That might sound, well, why should you disregard someone who's wicked? Shouldn't we all take care of those people? Shouldn't we all give them our love and our blessings to help them through their bad time? Well, the answer to that question is no, you shouldn't. So, for example, if you see a fight raging down on the street with both people really into it and really wicked people, should you go over there and try to involve yourself? Or should you find some other way of dealing with it? Well, I can tell you one thing. If you go over there and try to involve yourself, you might get hurt. You might get hurt worse than either of them were going to hurt themselves. For example, I'm Jewish. If I walked up to a Nazi or a KKK member and said, "Oh, will you please respect my religion," during one of their meetings, you can see that wouldn't turn out very well. Because people who are wicked aren't going to listen. And we're all at different levels of consciousness. And their level of consciousness is going to be raised at some point in my life. Now, this is a really interesting key for me because it's one that I haven't always abided by. My natural instinct has always been to try to help those people, to reach out to them. So when I don't, I feel guilty about it. And I'm sure some of you feel the same way. But the thing is that I know from my own experience that even engaging can lead to more problems. There's a story that's told about the bird and the monkey that I think really, really well relates to this. So, a bird was preparing its home for a big storm. And it was building, it was fortifying its nest. And it looked down and it saw a monkey just sort of, flailing around and having a good time. And it said to the monkey, "Hey, you monkey, there's a big storm coming. You should really, prepare for this. Otherwise, you're going to get soaked. You might get sick. And your home's going to get ruined. So make some little preparation. It's coming." And the monkey said, "You crazy bird. There's no storm coming. What are you thinking? I'm like half human. What are you? You're just a little tiny bird with feathers. You're mostly feathers. You don't even have a brain in your skull." And the bird said, "Okay, whatever." Anyways, the storm came and it thrashed the trees and it ruined the monkey's home. And the bird was fine. It was okay. It slept peacefully and soundfully. And the monkey got up the next day and he was raging, "Rah, I'm so upset about this, blah, blah, blah." And the bird came over to the monkey and the bird said, "Monkey, I told you to build some fortification. And look what you did. You did nothing. So no wonder you're getting, hit like this. You didn't make any preparation." And the monkey said, "Stupid bird, don't talk to me." And the bird said, "Yeah, but I want to help you. I'm a bird. I know about these things. You're just a monkey." And the monkey said, "Oh, yeah, just a monkey?" And he grabbed the bird's nest and he tore it apart and he ruined it. Right? And he almost grabbed the bird to kill it. But the thing is that the point, and hold on, I'll come back for this one. The point is that the bird never should have engaged beyond that. Because some people are just monkeys. They're going to react that way no matter what. There's nothing you can tell them. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can say. That's just the bottom line. Right? So instead of the bird saying, "I told you so," he could have just let it go. And by letting it go, he wouldn't have gotten his own nest ruined. And that's what happens when we engage with wicked people. And that's why they say no good deed goes unpunished. Because you try to do something nice for something wicked, and what happens? It turns all around against you. And that doesn't feel very good. So the point is disregard. Look, if you're feeling strong and you're feeling up for it, get involved. Do what you can. Just be cognizant that, look, sometimes you're going to get burned dealing with people who light fires. And that's the bottom line. And knowing that is really helpful. So again, here are the 4 locks and the 4 keys. Sukha, happiness. Dukkha, sukha, which is happiness, you respond with happiness. Dukkha, which is unhappiness, you respond with compassion. Punya, which is virtuousness, you respond with delight. And apunya, wickedness, you respond with disregard. And again, the point of these locks and these keys are to help you to live a more peaceful, graceful life. And I'm sure in hearing them, you might think to yourself, well, yeah, God, just the other day someone waved at me and they were so nice to me, and I responded in this rushed, hurried, mean manner, and I don't feel very good about it. And guess what? I don't blame you for not feeling good about it, because you didn't put the right key in that lock. The right key is to increase that happiness, to spread more love and light across the world.
Or you might say that, look, someone was like upset the other day and I wasn't really being very compassionate to them. They got even more upset and it made me upset. And then look, that's right, because you didn't use the right key. You got to be compassionate with people who are sad or experiencing unhappiness or some sort of slump. So knowing these locks and these keys are really helpful for having peaceful relationships with each other and other people and ourselves. And I mean, look, sometimes it does make sense to respond to a happy person in a different way, right? They could be crazy. They could be completely manic, right? And be wanting some attention from you, which you don't want to give. So, of course, these aren't laws. They're just ideas. They're just in suggestions. So I hope this helped. And I hope that you'll be able to utilize these locks and these keys in ways that serve you in your life. So much love, many blessings, and unlock all the doors in your relationships, in yourself, and to God.